All right, and welcome everybody to episode 3 CyberCafe. Today we're going to be talking about OGL, our own personal campaigns, and also the Legend of Vox Machina Season 2 so far, and probably just about Critical Role in general.
And the teaser.
What was that? Oh, and the teaser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget that.
All good. So, let me turn this down actually a little bit. There we go. Where was I? Oh, yes. So for the OGL, great news for all the D&D nerds and content creators for that out there, that OGL, Wizards of the Coast, gave in and they're leaving OGL alone. And they're saying, I think SDR or whatever it was is also authorized. So nobody has to worry about any of their shit getting taken or used, including Critical Role. Let's start with Brandon on how he feels about that.
I'm happy they finally caved in. That was the highlight of my day at like noon when I pulled up YouTube and saw that, and there's already people just going nuts about it. And I feel bad for Kyle Brink here on D&D Beyond, because the last time we saw him, he was very apologetic to all of us. Yes, us, the people who are definitely making money-worthy content. I'm actually looking at their stuff right now. 88% do not want to publish TTRPG content under the new OGL. 90% would have to change some aspect of their business to accommodate it. 89% are dissatisfied with deauthorizing the old OGL. I don't know what the VTT policy is, but 86 people hate it.
It's the virtual tabletop policy.
That's some good numbers right there. That's like if IMDb told you this is how many audience members liked a movie, you'd watch that movie. Or if this is how many people hated it, you wouldn't go watch that movie. So I'm happy, so very happy. They're changing that, and we're going to have hopefully no more issues going forward for at least a while with new content or the continuation of old content. So I'm happy about it. That's where I can leave it off at.
Gotcha. Cass, how do you feel about it?
A win is a win. I'll take the win. I will literally take this win as a win. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, it's going to take a lot of build-up trust, because I think that the damage is done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we knew what they were going to go for. And they tried to just keep working it down slowly until they realized, with all these percentages I just listed off, that it's not going to work out for them. They just have to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also like the Creative Commons thing. I think that's going to be cool. I'll have to do more research on what that means. I personally don't understand it at the moment, but
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, if I do more research, it sounds cool, because that means, hey, I think SSP Foundation has the Creative Commons. I forget. It's been a while.
Gotcha.
But I'll take the win. I'm really proud of the community.
Mm-hmm.
I was so worried for the past couple weeks. I'm just like, I was literally ready to walk away from D&D completely. I'm like, I'll walk away. I'm done. But I'll keep watching. So.
I know. I was worried a little bit as well, because I was wanting to do maybe some more games here and there later on online a little bit, but with that in play, I couldn't really do it without maybe giving, Wizards of the Coast access to my world without my consent, basically.
Yeah,
it was just a chaotic mess.
Yeah. Liz, how do you feel about the OGL win for the community?
I'm kind of like the same page as Cass. Like, very proud of the community for like being like, no, that's not okay, and just relieved. Like, that could have fucked over so many different people, stolen so much creative content. It could have been really bad, and it was concerning.
Yeah. And I guess with you, Mark, expanding your Archaon world lore and all that fun stuff we keep doing, to just take that from you would be just horrible. And if they can turn that into a book, or not to keep bringing it back to my awesome bullshit of a Kobold campaign, that clearly would have slapped like 1,000% better than anything ever. Or, like, I don't want them to take that. My great
been
Kobold
lame.
idea was the best thing ever to come up in my brain forever. Like, they took that from me, I'd be sad. And not mailing unmarked packages. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god.
I said not.
Mhm.
The FCC and FBI can't come for me.
Just
I was gonna say, even
make
for
sure
me,
to strongly pronunciate your words, bud. Sorry,
pronunciation.
Cass.
I was say, for me as like an artist, like it was kind of scary because like I do commissions occasionally. Granted, they're within friend groups, so obviously it's not in an online space. But if I wanted to expand my horizons, which I was planning on doing this year, it would have probably kicked me in the shin very quickly. Potentially. I don't know. The language was
Imagine-
rough.
Could you imagine seeing one of your pieces of art being used as a character reference for something fantastical they do, and you get no credit for it? That'd drive me up the fucking wall.
It would, especially if it was one of my OCs. Oh, I would lose my boy. I'd lose my sorcerer. I could lose some of my concept art. Like I have like tons of it. Like I may not post it, but if I were to decide to post it, I'd have a higher risk of it being
Mhm.
taken.
Well, and one of my main things is that like elves, dwarves, and whatnot were actually, I thought, part of the OGL license. So it would be really hard for people to do any sort of TTRPG stuff. And then how are you going to copyright dwarves and elves, which are a very common, fantasy trope in general?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to rename, like, for example, my rogue character. I'd have to rename him into a more generic fantasy character name. But it would take so much out of him
Mm-hmm.
and his whole story and his arc. Like, it would just ruin what makes him so great. It would take away from... Actually, well, changelings are pretty generic in fantasy. My sorcerer would be okay. It's just I'd have to change Shadowfell and stuff. Probably. I don't know.
It's all good.
The dark place.
It would have been
Start-
very dark.
Just do what they do on TV. Man, I'd like a really big flame-broiled bopper. Can't say Whopper, has to be a bopper.
Oh my god.
Or a Big Mac,
I get
Big
it.
Sack.
Well, on the
Maybe not a Big
rookie,
Sack.
they call TikTok like clip clop. Well, I don't remember.
Flip-flop.
It's
Sounds
something
like how
stupid.
horses masturbate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But talking about personal creations and whatnot, should we take that as a way to move over into our personal campaigns?
And personal lives and fetishes? Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No, no,
Stop.
no,
No?
not that far. Not
I mean,
that far.
oh, y'all know
I
that
feel-
your campaign is sort of based off that, but
I feel like in everything we make, not just us, but everyone makes, you put your fetish into it, whatever that is. It's hidden somewhere in there. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual fetish, just, whatever,
Well-
like, picture boxes, things you like.
there's a difference between a fetish and something that you enjoy.
I'm looking up the Google definition.
Okay, you're probably gonna.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
wait,
Google.
That's just straight sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
What's a
gonna
Yeah,
say.
buddy.
non-sexual fetish?
It's nothing. Anyway,
I'm too flabbergasted to say
There's a
anything.
word for it. A fetish.
hobby? Something
There
you
we
enjoy?
go.
Like? Jesus Christ.
I have a fetish for 40K. You mean you have a hobby? No. No.
Lord save us.
Oh, man.
I mean, I really like 40K.
I don't think God cares about any of us.
Yeah,
Every
God,
day was
God looks
great
away
for
when we
from
meet
God.
up.
I think yeah. He can't.
that
He
meme.
can't perceive us.
Do you still
like, I
let any
pretended
of the
not
things
to
I
see.
say end up in your podcast, or does it just turn into one big old censor?
No, I mean, the only thing I really censored once was I'm gonna say the TikTok version of when you said corn, and I had to like switch that out with the SpongeBob dolphin censor, but other than that, I don't censor much else. I want the podcast to be pretty raw, you know? Don't.
You knew exactly what you're doing.
Stop.
You watch words, Mark. You're ruining it.
I know you,
Brandon, you are
motherfucker.
not the
Bad
only
things are
one.
bad things are gonna happen to you, Mark. You know, this campaign, it's still in the works. Like I can make things worse.
Please don't.
Or
Not yet.
better.
It might be
That
too
was
late.
oddly weird. Weirdly worded. I'm scared.
But one thing I really like about for Brandon's upcoming D&D campaign is the uniqueness of having a primary kobold-filled world, because we're so used to either having like a mainly human-filled world or like human dwarves and elves, having those be the prime races. So it's going to be a interesting new take to see kobolds in charge, basically.
Yeah,
Brandon?
a different take, because most people
Very
think
excited for
they're,
it.
you know,
Me
we
too.
even did it. We took them off for dumb, and even my first character, Mozzie, not
Mm-hmm.
first character, but first kobold character, Mozzie, he was a dipshit. He was like pure brains and muscle. What if I took the smallest thing and made it the strongest creature on the team? And
He was so
god
wonderful,
damn, did I
though.
love it. Oh we We'll all miss Mozzie.
He
Never died though.
He's like the most legendary character in our friend group because he comes up all the fucking time. You may have made him sort of, you know, a stereotypical kobold at first, but he is a legend in the group.
He
Yep.
very
He's-
much
I think
is.
He's a legend in your world lore.
Yep, I think
Kind of
how
like the guy from
Mozzie-
Midwest in my online campaign. The guy from Midwest. It's great.
I think Mozzie's outro was we beat the bad guys, and then I just went home and had a lot of kids. That way, like another campaign set in the same world, I can just be like, this is whatever Mozzie is backwards. The great grandson of Mozzie. Just as strong as his dad.
How do you?
Izium?
How did you spell Mozzie again?
Mahzi.
Okay.
I have weird
Ozium.
spellings for all my characters.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cass, I think you got it. Awesome.
I like Ozium. I like Ozium.
Oh, that's a good
Ozium
one.
is kind of a yeah.
But Yimmick Page Turner, I thought, was a pretty good deviation from the standard kobold.
Yeah. Gosh,
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that name in forever.
The one you wanted to forget about because he was like your 2 to 3 night fling and then dungeon buddy for a little bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up, Mark.
Context?
That-
Wait,
I
what?
actually
Right
did
in
think about.
front
I
of
actually did
Vinny.
think about Yimmick a while back. I'm like, I still have like a fling back there. I wonder if Podster just goes back. Like, what's gonna happen exactly?
Oh,
'Cause
you
that
never
was just-
know.
That was just raw passion. He better
Mhm.
not be pregnant.
Well,
I better not be pregnant.
I don't think it works like that.
No.
Nope.
Well.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
I don't want to think about it either, and I play a changeling, so
Okay.
Like I said
Anyways.
before, certain species don't work that way to make offspring. At least in my world.
I don't
Okay,
want to
there
know
we go.
how it works
There we
for
go.
me.
We had the clarification afterwards. In my world, yes.
Yes.
In your world, Mark. In my world, everything gets to fuck everything. And
Oh my
it's gonna-
We're gonna see some weird fucking mixtures.
Brandon, are there going to be half? Brandon, are there going to be half kobolds?
like half
your
kobold,
world.
half like orc.
Elf, half human, half orc, whatever.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that
Maybe-
gonna look like?
Maybe a
It'd be
Cool.
couple.
horrifying, but it could be really fun.
Well,
Mark was on
imagine,
the
like,
nose though. Yeah. Go ahead, Cass.
I was gonna say, imagine like you're playing like a draconic kobold sorcerer that's descendant of like a dragon or something,
Yeah, that makes sense.
or but like somewhere along the line they are related to a tiefling or something.
Teef. That's a pretty good one.
I would do the
Yeah.
tiefling kobold in a heartbeat.
Actually, if anyone would actually want to consider a half breed, that's something that could work in there. But
Me
I'll see
immediately.
what I can come up with and make something. But Mark was pretty on the nose with oh shoot, what were you saying? I lost my train of thought.
Shit, so did I. Don't remember what I was talking about. Like certain species only mixed to a certain degree, or what were we talking about?
Oh God, I can't remember.
Hybrid
I'm-
theory.
ADHD brains.
No.
That's the entire
Um,
chat.
But I am gonna have what do I got? 11 different sub races in mind under
Mhm.
kobolds just for this continent. Oh, it was the amount of species there.
Oh yes.
So it's gonna be primarily kobolds, but there are gonna be a couple this and that here and there. But it's gonna be primarily kobolds that you deal with, a lot of the enemies won't be. Like there'll be gnolls and goblins, and don't worry, gnomes aplenty. Because if there's anything a kobold would love to kill, it's gonna be a gnome.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna get vengeance on that gnome that scammed me in my first campaign. Let's go.
Was it Garl Glittergold?
No, I don't even remember the name.
That would be a great.
It was
You gotta look in your notes now.
It was I think it was from Storm King's Thunder or something. It was a module.
Well,
I got scammed from plate armor.
oh no, not plate.
It was
fucking
my
expensive.
first character. It was my first character. I didn't know how to play. It was the first session. And I just wanted armor because I didn't have any or something. And, wait, I think I still have the character sheet. Oh, man, I'll have to find it.
You know, a world I'm curious
know.
about though is your first world, Brandon. Do you still got notes on that, or is that like burned?
The dark world.
No, well the first one, or is that technically Dark Worlds as well?
Gosh, you have to give me a little bit of a reminder. You know my brain don't work too well.
The one with the city that we gas bombed, the weird adventuring guild with the floor we will not talk about.
God, wait.
Lord Farquaad, ruler that we like killed instantly when we first met, and then like
I'm remembering this, but I can't quite narrow it down.
and
Why?
we also confronted a rebellion that was led by like 10 mind flayers that I couldn't hit at all with the sword in that campaign except for that moment. I had the insta-kill sword.
Our very first campaign
Yes,
as like
our
a
very
group
first.
at all.
Yeah.
That was dog shit. Like you talk about how much you bullshit campaigns anymore. Like no, dude, that was 98% bullshit. The ending, that last session, it was all horse shit, and it all went that way because I had not like anticipated. Wait, oh, you guys weren't supposed to pick that one place to teleport. Why would you go there? And then, of course, you called my freaking bullshit there with the council doing that mage hand bullshit. You pulled down a
No, that was
hood.
That was Tyler. I did the Zone of Truth, and we totally fucking got confused on how it worked. And then Tyler was just like, "Fuck it," pulled their hood down and revealed they're all mind flayers.
Yeah, that was a train wreck of a campaign.
Yeah, and
But now I learned something. It's called fudging rolls and lying.
But
Or improvise.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you
think the
think
Kobold campaign is the one I'm putting the most effort into. Finally,
I think
this
you would-
one, the one I'm currently doing for Starfinder, I put a lot of effort into.
Yeah,
Slowly, more and more passion will build up.
for Liz and Cass, how much do you think I bullshit percentage wise? Just give me an estimate.
Yes, high.
Ooh.
I'll let you answer first because I gotta think about this.
I do too. I don't know.
I'm
Mark.
looking for
You're
something.
like-
I will say it's going to get a lot lower now that I have a lot more time on my hands.
TikTok.
I mean, I know there's been like the end of games where you're like, that was all like out of my ass.
I know.
But,
I feel like I'm really good at improving.
You are. Like, it's kind of uncanny how good you can be at it.
I know. I sort of just like make up something at the end of the session if I need to, and then I'm like, oh yeah, well look at the time, and then I fill it in later and like, yes, I had this prepared the whole time. Don't look behind the curtain.
My planning goes
It's
to
me
shit.
trying to actively look behind the curtain the entire time.
I know that's where the thing, Brandon, that how my stuff usually feels like no matter what it was the plan, is that I just waiting for you guys to make the move and then I start laying track down at the same time. I don't usually lay tracks down unless like absolutely need to.
I tried taking a cue from that for the last Starfinder session. And I'm like,
yeah.
all right, the last Starfinder session was just brutal because it was simple. It was simple but brutal. Like I had one side where there's a lot of enemies, one side where there's not a lot. So basically both teams get split. One side's gonna get beat down a little bit, and the whole point of them getting beat down a little bit is so that when I throw something bigger down the line or whatever boss battle I may or may not have in mind, it feels a little tougher because you're not at like full everything. You might use this couple spell slots, or you lost some health points. You can't you can't take a fucking 8-hour nap there. So it was supposed to wear you down, but due to some bullshit rolls and the fact that Ulthal can't move worth a damn in that fucking armor he had.
Yep.
Azrael fell to his almost death.
Yep.
Oh.
QB almost fell to their death.
The one
and
time I
the
wasn't
Yusoki you
there.
tried to save wasn't even the right guy.
I lost my fucking legs.
Oh my gosh.
So did Liz. Their
Yeah,
legs are
QB,
gone.
He's fucked.
Oh.
And, well, not
rough.
gonna go into QB, but
Oh.
Brandon gave me a little insight on what's going on with QB the last time we talked.
Yeah, the rolls, I know. I sort of guessed what was going on when random rolls are being made, to be fair.
I didn't tell him Dick. He just knows stuff.
Well,
Which is why I get like, all right, well, did you see this coming? It's a dragon.
well, they're doing the same thing with FCG on Campaign 3, so that's why I caught on.
I swear to God, though, I had no idea FCG and, like, Sam and Matt were doing that. I had no clue. And then... No, genuinely, I was behind on episodes, and I just wasn't aware of it.
So
and I
far
brought it up
behind.
to Brandon one day, and it's like, hey, that kind of sounds fun. And then, Mark, you immediately called me out on it. It's like, what?
Well, I feel like it's a general thing as well for, like, stuff to happen when stress is involved.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and
especially
do
for
some
an
more
Android
funky
who
ones.
doesn't do that.
And you always have to have something up with your characters, to be fair.
Yeah.
more
And
fun.
Everyone's
why
got their
keep
own funny thing.
secrets
Um,
that I have to reveal next session because it's starting to escalate.
by the way,
Yes, I am just waiting for your character stuff to pop out because there's all these little things and I don't ask them because it's like I'm just gonna get more confused if I start asking you questions, and also I also don't
I
like
feel
you
like-
too much.
I was gonna say, I feel like Patra and Gray are at that point where they mutually have agreed, okay, we're not going to commit stab or prank each other, but we're definitely dancing around a larger issue, aka Soth. We both know it's Soth.
Yeah, and Patra is shutting the fuck up about that.
Well, the only reason, okay, in character, I made the conclusion pretty quickly when you mentioned Soth's name. Okay, you know a thing or two. You mentioned Warlock, okay, he's pretty powerful. You clearly have a history. You're probably not going to tell me, and I don't want to step on your toes because you're clearly trying to change and move on. But
Actually,
there's obviously some stuff.
my last interaction with Soth was somewhat emotional, and then it got really horny afterwards because then I felt like this burden had been taken off my shoulders and moved a little farther south.
Oof.
Oof. That poor kobold.
Oh.
well,
Wait, was it?
How many
You-
kobolds have I fucked so far?
only one, a kobold and a dwarf.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
The dwarf was in Tholdom.
Mm-hmm.
Swan Song was the kobold.
Mm-hmm. For a
feel like I'm
character who
fucking up kobolds.
for a character who was supposed to be a horror, I feel like you fucked
Well-
less than Nazi.
Well, it felt like you were gonna get uncomfortable with it, so I kind of veered away from that.
Nah, I'm into it. Do it, motherfucker. Try me.
We're too late. We're too late there. I have to try
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
The next one's not gonna be the horror. The next one's gonna be a fucking. God, what options? The next one's probably gonna be a fucking werewolf. All right, and it's probably gonna be a Warforged werewolf or whatever bullshit ones I can throw together.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know. I have like a dozen characters that all like slap fucking hard, but it depends on what the next campaign's gonna be. My favorite ones are a kobold and an owlin.
Ooh.
By the way, for a
You made an
semi-correction... Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. Just yeah.
For a semi-game correction, you did have one more interaction with Soth when Gray joined the group. When Gray was having dreams and the Shadowfell crystal was close by, you did
Oh,
have a dream
yeah.
of Soth and Veni and Otzi both dead.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
last dream before we parted ways. I remember that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows what's planned in the future? You guys been sort of fucking with a lot of his shit.
I don't think he'll do anything. He's like a spoiled white guy. As long as we don't fuck his wife, we're fine.
Oh, wait, so we're gonna become Shadow the Hedgehog? And...
What does Shadow the Hedgehog have to do with this?
it's a reference. I'm so glad someone got it.
Don't worry about it, Mark, you fucking plebe.
Okay.
You're just not on our
There's
level.
so much.
Oh, also,
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but I just felt I pointed out for shits and giggles to anyone who listens to this. If you know Centaurea from Monster Musume, I made that character, a centaur paladin of the Oath of Devotion, and if that ever comes up for a campaign, I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of that one.
God, I remember when Liz was going to join our Tomb of Annihilation, or it was the Cholt campaign, and the first thing I think Mitchell said was like, "Oh, they want to play a centaur," and I'm like, "That's not gonna functionally work." I'm like, "What the fuck? What the hell?" And I was just so worried that I was gonna get like, something that somebody who wasn't gonna really gel well. But you got with a group that you gelled with. You weren't the murder hobo group, so you decided to leave the murder hobo group.
Yeah, I still care about Mitchell, but I cannot play a game with him.
It's all good. I was just like, for the centaur thing, I was like, holy shit.
No, I remember talking about it.
I was like,
I remember
you can
after-
try it, but it's gonna be very fucking difficult.
Yeah, I remember after like talking about it with Mitchell, and then I think you and I briefly talked about it, and it's like, that doesn't sound like it's gonna fit after you explain the world more to me, and it was like, okay, I'll put that to the side, and I still want to play a centaur, goddammit.
Centaur would be fun.
Right?
Just like ladders, and a lot of stuff's gonna be like the hinders. That's gonna be your biggest enemy, just regular ladders.
So what we
it's
could
like
do
doors.
is a two-person team. She can play a centaur, and then I'll play like the regular human like friend who's like, all right, you wanted to go on this adventure, and I don't think you can do it alone. And the first obstacle is gonna be fucking stairs or a ladder. So I'm just like following along. I have the most basic like leather armor and sword the entire time. I don't learn magic. I don't learn jack shit. I just get a little bit better at swinging the sword. And all I do is help her get from point A to point B. I have a shit ton of pulleys and rope in my backpack. That way if stuff happens.
Oh my god.
I'm like, all right, hold still. Start wrapping the legs and then just like, lift her up slowly. Like, all right, smack that fucker. This is as close as I get you.
Oh my
I
god.
actually fucking love that idea.
Oh man. When
That's
I
something.
was playing my rogue, one of my backup characters was Tapaxi Monk because I wanted to go fast.
Monks are so fun. I love monks.
It's been on my backlist of classes to play, but I decided for this campaign, I was like vehemently like, I am not going to play a rogue. I cannot play rogue, even though I absolutely love rogue. I'm a rogue stand through and through. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Initially I was gonna play a druid for this campaign, and then I'm like, one day I'm like, I have changeling fever. How about a changeling sorcerer?
Yeah.
And ooh, I like that hound. I want the hound. And that's the story of Grayson.
I think for a lot of us, it comes in like waves of what you want to do, because that's certainly what it is. I mean, forever ago, I made a kobold cleric of the death domain, and I had an awesome backstory. And then I made an Aarakocra, and then I made this Warforged blood hunter, and I just started going like in like waves of what was I super into at the time. I was super into Warforged. I like go down my list here. I was super into Warforged, and that evolved into, well, I'm super into the werewolves. And now I got a couple of more kobold characters, and now I just have a bunch of wild ones that I've been making. Like, I can't even balance out what I'm trying to go for. I have a bard, an artificer, another bard, a druid. Actually, that's another bard. I think bard's the cycle now. Actually.
You just
Yeah,
really want to play the bard.
You're welcome for all the
Yeah.
resources for that, you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Bard.
you.
I pay you in
Mhm.
snacks and Monster Energy drinks.
Yeah, that's
Monster
fair.
Energy. You won't have kidney stones.
He pays you in food.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's called the food
Sexual
tax.
favors.
Nah, that one, no. I'm good. In D&D,
Are you
maybe.
sure?
What?
Are you sure?
Pop.
But this is where I would insert PC stories if I had any. I feel like I am 90% DM and 10% PC, but I'm okay with that.
I want to DM a campaign or a short campaign at some point because I do have a world, and it's been
You are
on
more than
back
welcome
burner
to do
for
that.
2 years. Please, God, save me. I've had this planned for years, and it keeps getting dragged on. You made a promise, sir.
The only thing that is for that is that me and Brandon trade off every week. So it would have to wait for one of us to want to take a break, and then switch out with one of us, because you would add another person to the cycle, and then we'd be playing like 1 to 3.
That'd get confusing very quick.
Yeah, it would be a lot for like between different games.
The
But,
thing is, for me, it'd be a smaller game, and it'd probably be online, just so I wouldn't be driving around.
Oh, that might work too. But what were you gonna say, Brandon?
I was gonna say, like, my campaign's probably gonna end before Mark's does, and I'm kind of figuring out with myself. I don't like the super long campaigns. I actually prefer the shorter ones. Whether that's like 4 sessions for just trying out fun characters, or maybe like a dozen for an extended, like, hey, here's your set thing, your character levels, well, X, Y, whatever. So I think I like the shorter campaigns slightly better. So once my current Starfinder one ends, I'll be doing some shorter stuff, and that'd be the opportune time for you to give yours a whirl if you want to.
And if you guys are up for it, I need practice, and I'm gonna give my disclaimer now. I am very shy when I'm DMing, hence why I'd be online, is because I'd be panicking.
You're fine. I feel like we would be really decent players, because we've gone through a lot of the, DM's like first nervous steps, Brandon and myself, and I feel like
My first campaign was trash.
Yeah, we were all fucking idiots then. I was switching out spell slots on the fly, and we were all just, it was insane. It was a college guy D&D game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I played
rough.
I've run a lot of one-shots mostly, except it was like more of a, you fight this monster, here's your level, here's the items you're allowed to pick. Okay, like I'd like say, here's your level, roll the dice, let's see how it goes, kill this thing. That's literally all I would do.
Yeah, I still don't do too good balancing up my encounters, apparently.
I have
No,
one.
As with the last Starfinder session, it ended brutally. However, it is going to be an opportune moment to figure out how well you guys can function improvising bullshit, because now, if I remember correctly, Azrael's going to be propped up on a cart with broken legs and a mounted machine gun, and we're just going to see how that shit plays out.
Well, I don't know. We'll see how because I'm not specialized in heavy weapons, so I don't know if I'll be able to use it, proficiently or not. I could just use my pistol and go full auto and somebody push me in.
It's not the same. You need the DACA.
But yeah, we'll see how things go. I feel like you just haven't found that niche game or that niche thing for you yet that like drives you for a long time, Brandon. The Cobalt campaign may be that.
I hope it is. That one's gonna be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love kobolds to pieces, and it's gonna be just so. Because we can have plenty of different moments. There can be the cutesy little moments, the dumb little moments, and like the hey, this was supposed to be fun and joyful, and now I'm feeling like terrified and depressed that these little guys are gonna die. And then I'll just be like, they're gonna die. Yeah, look at that thing. Look at that. That's like 5 times their size. Of course it's gonna kill them. We just gotta wait till next week to see it happen.
Nice.
All right.
Brutal.
Should we move along to Critical Role and Vox Machina?
Oh shit! Yeah, already 17.
All good.
I
Oh,
love kobolds.
yeah. And we should also talk about the announcement of the Mighty Nine series.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw rumors.
Excited for
I saw
that.
that.
Yeah, I saw the
Yasha was
announcement
my
on TikTok.
inspiration. I love her. I don't know anything about her, but I
Yasha's
love her. I
awesome.
love her design so much.
Yeah, my thing
Beauregard's
is
my fave.
my thing is like, how are they going to release
Yeah.
that? Because the timeline wise, campaign 2, aka the Mighty Nine campaign, was based 20 years after campaign 1. So are they going to fully release Vox Machina and then release Mighty Nine, or are they going to like maybe do some wobbly timey-wimey stuff and release them semi side by side? I know it's probably going to be like 2 to 3 years before we get Mighty Nine, but at the same time, I feel like Vox Machina is going to go for like 6 to 8 seasons.
I fucking hope
Hopefully.
it does.
Because
I really hope.
Chroma Conclave is going to be 2 seasons, which is 3, and then the Tyrion Darrington arc is probably going to be 1 season, and then the Vecna arc, I feel like, is going to be between, if they're going to do it properly, 2 to 3
Vecna
seasons.
the Raven Queen?
Was that?
Is it Vecna the Raven Queen? Or am I
No.
thinking the wrong thing?
No, the Raven Queen. Vecna's the whispered one.
Yeah, Vecna's the
there we
Lich.
go.
Vecna hates the Raven Queen, and the Raven Queen hates Vecna.
Because life.
Yes, because the
goddess
goddess of
life
death,
and death.
goddess of
love
life
her.
and death hates, the dude who wants to live forever, and is basically the semi-god of like liches.
Hey man, we all want to live forever. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're sacrificing
Yeah.
children to do
I do
that.
not.
That's kind of bad. Kind of.
Yeah, but the way the
100%
Raven Queen
bad,
is
but kind of
often
bad.
portrayed is like essentially the best word I've used to describe her is she represents balance in a lot of ways.
Well, and something that wanting to live forever, there's a lot of ways to interpret that and that can also decide what path you go down as a hero or a villain. If you want to live forever, literally, that can lead you down the path of lichdom. But if you want to live forever as, to be remembered and have a legacy, you can, save the world, have kids, be a hero, do good deeds, something like that. And in a way,
Yeah,
you do live
that's-
forever that way.
Yeah, that's why I want to. I don't know if it's in a Critical Role version, but one of her domains initially, from what I remember, is memory, and I always like the idea that your memory is what lives on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Not
makes you
good
live
enough. I
forever.
want to be a hero. If I can't be the best, I could sure as hell be the worst.
So,
There's the Vecna follower. I found him.
For season 2, episode 1, let's do the round table again. For me, I fucking loved episode 1. It was a really great way to start off this season, and it felt very on point to how they did it in game, and just the destruction. And like when Thordak sort of vented up and had his big fire blast that turned blue, I felt like a fucking Godzilla moment right there.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna hand it off to
Yeah.
you, Brandon. What was your reaction?
That fucking scene alone, like, all right, I had an edible while I was watching that whole thing. It made the experience so much better. Seeing that shit, I'm like, what the fuck? That was, because it's already a dragon, an ancient, massive dragon with that giant crystal, of which
Mhm.
I don't know shit about, and I'm sure Mark and
Yes.
Cass probably know a
I
lot.
actually
or,
don't.
No? Oh, I guess Mark
I
will
know
everything about
enough.
Well,
I know
they-
enough to be dangerous.
They talked
Yeah,
a
I
little
know
bit
they
about it.
referenced-
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know the whole extent. But seeing that shit, like, that dragon scares the shit out of me. And then he just breathes fire and punches through a goddamn mountain, and it has a freaking nuclear explosion in the background. I'm like, holy shit! I just came a little.
No.
What did you two feel about it?
Yeah, Cass, do you want to take off from there?
So I got halfway through episode 1 of season 2. I just finished season 1 like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I'm already like, my favorite part, because I'm like 9 minutes in, I might add. I saw my favorite goddess ever, so I got to see the Raven Queen. I'm like, oh, she's gonna be integrated. Yes, and she's pretty. Yes.
Pretty
love her.
creepy.
Yeah, I'm with Mark on that one. Pretty creepy.
I thought she was pretty. I'm like, ooh,
Nah, I'm just giving you
like the
shit.
design already. I can't. That's because I really love the fan art of her and like her design, the way she described. So I'm really excited to see the official take, like, because I know what happens to Vax later as far as campaign goes. I'm just over here like, because I love Vax so much, I'm over here like screaming.
How about you, Liz?
I'm obviously in the same boat of like, holy shit. Like, Brandon, you described it really well with not gonna go into the graphic detail like you verged on doing, but like
You
it was an
felt the power.
awe-striking kind of moment. Yeah, you felt it. And it,
Oh, it was great.
I mean, I've watched further. I'm not gonna spoil it, obviously. It's just
So,
all of the moments
was
building
that
up,
your
you can
favorite
kind
dragon,
of
though?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. So that I love that scene, but that actually wasn't my favorite dragon.
No?
The acid one. I forget their name.
Umbersill.
Umbersill.
yeah.
Thank you. That one
Umbersill's pretty
I
fucking
like
cool.
because that was just fucked up.
Yes, I can
yeah.
explain that a little bit.
Yeah.
And as you watch into, I got to episode 6, so and I won't skip ahead, but they seem to be the reoccurring first piece of shit that they're gonna have to deal with, at least that I can tell. Well, second technically if you don't count. Second technically if you count the one from the first season they already iced. Unfortunately, not soon enough.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I like that one better because that one's intense. It just flies overhead, and all of a sudden, everyone turns to soup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was watching it from like in like pure awe because like one of the things that I was like analyzing was like, wait, are they using like a totally different animation technique or something? Like,
Yes.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Because it looked like it was 3D in some moments.
Yes,
Go
so
off on that.
yeah, a few of the monsters and stuff they do are going to be semi 3D because they feel like it's easier to animate more fluid movements in 3D, and
Oh.
it feels easier to do like larger scale in 3D. There are some parts of them that they do with 2D animation, like the eyes and mouth. But yes,
I
the
noticed that. It was
dragons
really
and
cool.
larger monsters and whatnot are going to be in 3D animation.
Yeah, the acid dragon scene. That was, for lack of better words, fucked up. I was
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
That
And-
whole
it was
the whole first
nasty.
episode was fucked up. All the brutal ways everyone was dying, I was glued to the screen.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna miss a second. I actually burnt my freaking dinner. I was like trying to make dinner and do this in the car in between to like process things and also get dinner. And then I ended up watching the last half of it all straight. I'm like, oh shit, that's burnt. Okay, yep, I can see the smoke.
Rest in peace, your food.
I could actually give you a rundown on all the dragons if you guys wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the white one is the ice dragon named as Vorogal the Frigid Doom. Ice dragons and white
Badass.
dragons in general are the least intelligent and the most instinctual. So they are like hunters. They like torturing their prey, and they're very like bestial more than any other type of chromatic dragon. Umbersill, I forgot his title, but black dragons, which are acid dragons, they are very self-centered as any type of chromatic dragon, but they love torture. They just love tormenting and hearing the cries of their victims. They also love reigning over people so they can torture them as well. So that's why, him raining down acid and just seeing everybody burning, that's very on par for him.
So with him, he gives me vibes like he's gonna try and undercut Big Red.
Yes, that's actually something I'm
Mhm.
going to touch on as well.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Please.
And then the green one is Raishan, the Deceased Deceiver. They are a green dragon with poison breath. Green dragons are their usual. Oh yeah. So for white dragons, their environment's tundra, of course. Black dragons, their preferred environment is swamps and bogs. Green dragons, their preferred environments are jungles and the more naturey type. But Raishan is The green dragons are more, again, liars and undercutters. They actually do go into societies disguised as humans to semi-undercut them and then come later and destroy them when their defenses are down. And they are really smart spellcasters. So when Scanlan was using their spells and they like just waved it away, that was part of their thing as a dragon. And then, of course,
so many bad calls.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's Thordak, the Cinder King, who is a red dragon. And red dragons, of course, their preferred environments are volcanic. And they are very brutal, very domineering. And they're, the most iconic and honestly just the biggest forces to be reckoned with because they're like the closest to also Tiamat, the Dragon Queen.
And my lover in the mind.
And actually, in the original campaign, in the original timeline, the Chroma Conclave was more just a semi-agreement between all them. And when Thordak took Iman, that region was basically just going to be his. And they were just going to split up all these regions around the world. They were like, oh, we're going to help each other take these regions. And then each of us will have basically rule over these regions and we'll leave each other alone. Because chromatic dragons and dragons in general usually don't work well together because they usually fucking hate each other. Especially chromatics, because chromatics are the evil kind. But in this one, it seems like Thordak is more dominating them and they're going along with it for now, but they're probably waiting for a moment to strike, as any chromatic dragon would be, so they could take full power and full control.
No way they want to fuck with him, like, out in the open, because
No.
they saw what happened to that fucking mountain. All the people were scared. Those fucking dragons were scared as shit, too. Motherfucker just turns on the fucking afterburner to... How the fuck do you turn on afterburner to goddamn fire breath? That is the scariest shit, I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
If I saw that, I'd be like, no, whatever this dragon wants, he can have it. Fuck this shit. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. If that dragon existed in the real world today, we couldn't fucking stop him. No way.
You just run at that point, or just submit.
You do neither. You find the nearest freaking pit of fire and you throw yourself in. Because you know what? If he catches you, he's going to do the same thing anyways. It don't matter. It'll make no difference.
And actually, if we're okay with it, I already talked to Cass about it, but if we're okay with it, we can talk about episode 2 to 6 as well.
I'm okay with that.
Alright.
Yeah.
So episode, I would say 2 to 4, that's like basically the semi-Vasselheim area. I love seeing Vasselheim. I actually imagined it to be a lot bigger from what I've like imagined in the previous campaign. I imagined it to be like this big metropolis city, but it was very, very simple, very, I would say, humble, and all the religions represented there. Oh my god, I fucking loved it, especially the Stormlord's temple and his monk. Oh my fucking god.
Was it Groon?
Yes.
Earthbreaker Groon.
Earthbreaker Groot.
Ooh.
That was a hell of a fight. You can't even call it a fight. That was a hell of a beatdown.
It was a lesson.
It was a lesson. And I am very much looking forward to seeing Grog evolve as he goes along.
Yes.
Because I really want to see the character development going on with him.
Oh yeah,
and also,
I like
the
Grog.
beard, coolest shit ever.
Mm-hmm. You got the belt of Dwarven Kind. That's what he got from Gilmore Shop.
I remembered that. And I
rem-
knew, I love how Scanlan keeps getting screwed over the dumbest little shit, and he ended up getting that broom, and then just happened to randomly find that it was a witch's broom and he could fly.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these items that they get, they actually got a different way in the actual campaign, but of course they have to condense it down. That way it makes sense in the show.
Oh, yeah.
'cause,
Everything feels kind of rushed and kind of
Yes.
thrown at you a little bit, but that's fine. You know exactly why. Fucking 30 in one episode they covered 30 sessions worth of shit. I mean,
nearly,
that's not unreasonable. That's like, hey, you did a fucking great job. Yeah, condense the fucking travel. We can skip a couple of things. Oh, they went off for a couple of sessions and had to deal with a slight pack of gnolls. Fuck that. Just get the fucking Vasselheim.
And
I was
besides,
gonna say.
go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say from my experience, because I haven't actually properly watched campaign 1, I know enough bits and pieces of certain arcs. For me, it made it a lot easier to process the entire, because that's like 100 plus episodes that are like 4 hours each. But
114
I
episodes.
I tried to get through campaign 3. I got like 7 episodes in while trying to listen to it at work, and I couldn't get through it. So I knew when they announced Vox Machina season 1 that I was not going to be able to watch it. Well, the original campaign itself to catch up. So
Yes.
I'm like,
Well, the show altogether is basically a new timeline, I would say, because they had to drop a certain problematic character that not even worth talking about.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think
if I played a kobold character, they would have been less problematic. Even with all the stupid kobold sexy antics.
It was more the player who was very problematic, and
Okay, we're on the same page.
Yes.
I was like, I've heard about this.
Yes. But I really love seeing Zara and Cash. Oh my god, they are so fucking cool.
Yes. The
Like,
artwork for those characters look incredible. I mean, the artwork in general is incredible. And then they encapsulated the characters really well, I felt like. Like, Zara being the snarky, backstabbing bitch, but also a great character at somehow the same time.
That was my favorite part about watching season 1, was just gushing over the character designs and seeing, like, I could tell that the people put so much love and care into, like, working with the voice actors to design each character to, like, fit each personality. Like, it was just so great. I can't decide whose design I love most as, like, an artist. Like, I'm just over here like, which one is the most fun and which one's my favorite? I can't decide.
For the Raven Queen's Temple, how did we feel about those episodes?
I don't care for Zara. She was a bitch. I was happy to see a sexy tiefling, but she was a bitch.
Gotta love a sexy
Feel like there's a little bit projecting there.
Everyone's gotta love a sexy tiefling.
Projecting.
Hey. Knock it off. I swear to God, I'm not playing another female character again.
Oh, okay. You say this now.
I say it now, and the only exception is the one female character I have saved up, which is Chakra.
Oh, yeah.
Kobold Death Cleric.
Yeah.
That's it. The rest of them are completely normal, like Elshig Golden Balls, Dragonborn Bard. What?
I heard the last part, I was confused, and then you said Dragonborn Bard, and I'm like, okay, there we go.
Yeah. Can you guess what his scale color is?
Gold.
Yeah.
No, it's orange.
How did the sarcophagus scene hit you guys?
Not as hard as it hit Vax.
God, Brandon.
Oh shit!
Yikes!
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Roast.
That was teed up for me.
Holy shit, man!
Dang! You're on fire, man.
That bitch got hit hard. That was brutal. And then you saw you literally saw the light fade from her eyes. Like, oh shit, that bitch is dead.
That's how it's narrated as well in the game.
I have to imagine, yeah.
I'll send you the reaction because there's a cutscene of it, and you see Laura like when Matt says, "Does that bring you under 0?" And she's like, "Yeah," and then she gets what he was hinting at, and she literally is like holding her chest and semi stands up, knowing that Vax was gone. Or Vex.
Oh.
God damn it.
Max. They never tell the difference.
I can't remember the difference. The boy with emotional problems. Not the girl with emotional problems, the other one.
I was gonna say they both have emotional problems. They have a tragic past.
They do, and then they started opening up that too, and I like that.
Yes, for Cass, they actually go into their backstory a little bit.
Yeah,
I know.
What was it, Pike and Percy last season, and now we're kind of opening up everybody else's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking
I was
it.
gonna
I'm
say, I
liking it.
really like Pike's backstory. I don't know much about it, but I like
I love
her.
Pike.
Oh, she's so cute.
I love
I
Pike
love
so
her and Grog
much.
together. It's the sweetest
I
thing.
know they're such a fun duo. I love their dynamic.
Oh.
One thing I really wanted to touch on was that we got sneak peeks through the vestige of the Raven Queen to the fucking Battles of the Calamity. That was fucking
Yeah.
insane to see.
That was awesome. I'm so glad they put that in. That was a, oh my god, that scene slapped hard. I loved I love their visuals for everything. From the first episode where it
Same.
was just carnage to every little thing they do. Actually, I gotta say the first episode of season 1 where there was fucking that bar fight. That was just
Oh man,
that was the kicker. I loved it.
I was wheezing the entire time. That was my immediate. I had to suppress so much laughter because I was like, I didn't know what to
Oh.
expect, and then I started watching it blindly. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love this.
It's and I keep thinking back and forth on it too. Like at the beginning of the first season, they're like, we just suck ass, we're the worst. And then it comes into season 2, they have hope and this optimism, and within 5 minutes it's dashed away. And now the whole next 2 seasons is just gonna be them trying to build up their optimism that they're actually worthy of something. And also being like constantly beat down.
Mm-hmm.
Liz, you agree?
That's the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to it. It's gonna be cool.
That's actually something Matt talked about in the campaign wrap-up when they were talking about campaign 1, is that he wanted to do the Chroma Conclave attack to basically semi-take the wings out of their sail to get them to get going and venturing again, because after the, Briarwood arc, they were pretty set. And then just throwing everything at them and taking away their, their greatest enemy, aka Uriel Taldore, the king, or the sovereign, and sort of making them start back from at least making them start right at the beginning again, but with more experience and more gear.
Yeah, that's
I can
rough.
relate to that in my.
Freaking the running away. The running away where what was there, 6 survivors afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal. There was hundreds of people trying to flock to their little villa outside of town there.
Yeah.
And then you just saw the white dragon come in blasting people. I'm like, oh no. No, they're not gonna do that. No.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the entire building is just full of ice and blood. Oh my god.
Guess what, motherfucker? You thought wrong.
Oh, I guess we can kill children in this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh, and you know what, Scanlan? I am respecting his arc that he is going through. I like I like that he's the joke of it, but then he also has these really touching moments where he has these change of characters, and I feel inspired by it. Hey, I'm a piece of shit. Maybe I'll have one of these come to God moments too, and I'll be a good person one day. Just not today. I got stuff to do.
I got too much stuff to do.
Oh. I mean, Scowen kind of there's one scene in season 1 that really kind of sold him for me, where he's infiltrating the building to take out one of the guys.
Oh yeah.
And he does it by himself, and I'm over here he's pulling it off. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
He got the nickname
love this.
Scambo after that, like Rambo Scanlan.
Ah.
Mm.
I thought it was really neat.
Yeah, holy shit.
I watched Rambo recently. That's a good movie. I don't know why I haven't watched it before. Makes all the other
You
ones that
haven't?
they've made afterwards suck.
Well, actually, that one was originally made to be a one-off. The original ending, Rambo committed suicide, but they saw too much revenue in it to let it die off with one movie.
Yeah, and now he's fucking 60-some years old in real life, and he's still he's made another one.
Yeah, that one was his
course.
last one, though.
It ought to be. It's called Last Blood.
But so moving on from the Raven Queen's temple and the start of the vestige, Keyless growth and Pyra. I totally forgot about Pyra because they really didn't talk about much of Keyless Aramente and stuff in the first season and until recently in this season. That was a big step for Keyleth to go through, figuratively and literally.
Yeah. I adore Keyleth. I have always adored Keyleth. So getting to see that animated and like
She is so
they did
adorable.
wonderful with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did incredible with it and it made me very happy to watch it.
And then to see her mother. I mean, I know something about her mother. If anybody
Milf.
wants to know.
Yes.
Oh, did
Yes.
you-
Milf.
Well, okay, I thought you said no.
Oh.
I know what happens to her mother. If anybody wants to know,
Yeah.
but if not, we can leave that off for later.
I don't want to because I want
Okay.
to see it in the show.
It's not
I
gonna
think
be in this show.
I know what you're talking about.
What?
It's not gonna be in this show where it's revealed.
Oh.
It's gonna be way down the road.
I'll hold off.
Oh, good then.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I don't know.
Shut your mouth.
because-
Don't ruin
Sorry.
it.
Shut your mouth,
I'm
you
root-
motherfucker.
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm rooting on that MILF to make it.
Oh my god.
She's hot.
Oh, of
Backing up.
course.
Backing up. The fight with what was the guy's name? It was Kara and what was the guy down there with them too while they were in the temple?
Zara and
Cash. Kasha.
Zara and Cash. Sorry, I was pronouncing your name wrong.
That's all good.
Zara and Cash. So I love that little demon fight they had. That was pretty awesome. There's something just terrifying about this like pillar of monstrous flesh with all these tentacles.
Oh,
And it's just going, duh. And then suddenly all these freaking tentacles are coming at you, trying to slam you into the wall and petrify you.
well, I think that was their stand-in for a beholder, because in the original campaign they had a beholder, but they can't do it for this one because of, was the Coast copywriting beholders. And I think it was technically an aberration. Wouldn't count as a demon.
Oh, I thought Zara had said it was a demon, or Cash had said it was a demon.
Oh, may I have to go
Alright,
back and
change this
watch it. Maybe my brain just
They might-
automatically classified it as an aberration.
Yeah. But, as I mentioned earlier, I was enjoying this experience to the fullest on a little bit of God's greatest creation, marijuana.
Yeah.
Ah.
The wacky tobacco.
The wacky tobacco, that good old puff puff,
Jeez Louise.
the sticky icky,
Mm-hmm.
What?
suck off a dude behind an alley, that way you can smoke
Okay.
No.
grass.
The last episode, though, was a huge diversion from the timeline. Because in the original timeline, the challenge they had to do for the male Sphinx was learn his name through battling him and looking through different portals. And then they got Myth Carver and the information to the other vestiges and then left. In this one, spoiler for you, Cass, anybody else watching, but in this one, he gave him the name, and the challenge was that they had to hurt him and he never felt pain. So everybody's like thinking physical attack. I thought, well, wait, what about emotional or mental attack? And who was the
Yeah.
one to come up with it?
Ganlin.
Mm-hmm. And his little like 80s like romance song for his mate.
That was so
It was really
awesome,
cute.
that song.
Mhm.
Yeah. It took away, it's like, hey, this, for just like a couple minutes, to stop being this cool animated action series, and it was this beautifully animated and well-sung, like, heartfelt song.
They got a
Maybe I
bargain
just got too
party.
emotional. Yeah, maybe I just got too emotional about it. I don't know.
No,
I got
did
lonely.
too.
Holly was there. I was hugging her. I'm like, I love you so much. Don't ever leave me.
But then
I think
after,
Scanlan's little musicals are great. I
yes.
don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
but
Him just does musicals like no other.
some of the where they went off the main timeline was Ripley reporting to Umbersill, and like that never happened. Ripley went to Marquette and was looking for another vestige, which they didn't even see. There was two other vestiges they saw in the original campaign, which they didn't in this one, which was another run off the timeline. And then with Umbersill breaking into the cave and, spoilers of course ahead, killing the male Sphinx and taking Myth Carver, which I feel like that was a semi-stab at Sam, because he never used Myth Carver in the campaign, if at all even. Yeah.
He got a special weapon like that and never really used it.
Barely.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my
a whole mood. Oh man, I can relate to that.
Patra,
Yes.
the hoarder of magical things
I don't
and
know what you're
gifts
talking
that
about.
you give away.
Oh,
I don't
and
know what you're
gifts
talking
from a certain friend that it stands at 7'6",
Yeah,
Not ringing
and
a
maybe taller because I don't know how tall Otzi is.
it's 7'6". You
No, I'm referring to Otzi. I
Patra-
don't know how tall
I'd have to
Otzi
look it up.
is.
I
I don't
think
know if
it's
they've given
like 8
gifts.
feet.
Oh,
Between 7
Yeah.
and 8 feet.
yeah.
Yikes. Tall.
Yeah.
Speaking of 7 and 8 feet, not a fetish. Mark, I made another character I think you might hate.
Oh,
You know how I
God.
said I was going to a werewolf kick?
I'm gonna go in the fucking junk campaign right now. I feel like that's where it's at.
All right.
I'm gonna look that too.
What do you think the worst race would be, like, as a DM to have to fight if it was a werewolf?
I don't. Goliath?
That is exactly correct.
Oh, okay.
So what if you had a Goliath with the abilities of a rogue and a fighter?
Oh my
and
god,
could
I'm
also
seeing it
turn
right
into a
now.
And
Amazing.
could also turn into a werewolf for at least a couple hours a day.
Oh my god.
Oh
You know
my
how
I need to
brutal
look.
that'd be?
Which one is it?
It's gonna be Kessner.
Yeah.
Esner.
Kessner.
I like the name.
Ooh.
Yeah. I went on the fantasy name generator, and that's one of the it sounds like one of the ones that they'd have for it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good one. I kind of just play around with it for a bit till I find something that sounds about wrong enough.
Wrong.
Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 werewolf characters.
Feels like you want to play a werewolf.
I
have a
do want to
thing,
play a
bud?
werewolf. I'm just gonna kill Patra off intentionally.
Good luck.
I was gonna say, you're gonna have fun with a healer. Well, 3 different healers.
You die when I say you
And
die,
a very
motherfucker.
stubborn monk. A very stubborn
say-
monk.
I was gonna say, if the cleric's not around, I'm pretty sure Venny's gonna convince Grayson and be like, "Yo, heal my friend."
Yes, a lot of sweat was taken away when you guys got a cleric because now you have somebody who can actually bring you back from the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of scary there for a while.
And then
A
there was
while.
me out of character where I'm like, I'm okay if my character dies because, like, I think I was at a point where I was like, I need to make some adjustments to this character. The only thing that I didn't want to be revealed if I did die was the changeling part, because this was before I revealed the character as a changeling. And now I'm like, I'm too tied to the story again. Dang nabbit. I lost my chance. Ah!
Sorry, bud.
So
Sorry.
Mark, a thing for you. There's a thing that Goliath can do called Giant's Might, and if you are, and they're technically a medium humanoid, even though they're like 7 or 8 feet tall. If you are smaller than large,
boy.
you become large, along with anything you are wearing. So, just to put that in perspective for you, I go from an 8-foot tall Goliath to a 16-foot tall Goliath, and at the same time, in the same action, in the same turn, I can use my shape changer ability and turn into a 16-foot tall werewolf.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
The height might only last for a couple minutes, but the werewolf thing lasts for a couple hours, and that's going to be plenty enough time to make an intimidation check, if I even need to make an intimidation check.
I'm gonna have to fucking custom make these minis, you fucker.
Just make it extra. Just have the same mini. Just make it extra large.
I'll have to find like a werewolf action figure at that point.
Do you know how awesome that is, though? Just being a 16-foot tall werewolf.
Oop.
Oh, you back, Liz? Liz.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
There we go.
There you
Here we
go.
Got kicked somehow.
Oh,
Sorry, I have no clue what happened.
It's all good.
Yikes. It's all good.
I got a lot of great character ideas, and that's just one of them that came to mind. If you guys want a character idea, ask me. I'll have something on the back burner that you can absolutely take and use.
I have like so many backup character ideas. That's one of the things that one of my back
terrible
burner
thing.
ideas for the longest time has been Tiefling Barbarian. Don't ask why.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah. But you know how
Yeah.
bad it is when you have like 12 characters, 20 characters, whatever, and they just sit there. It's like, I'm in enough campaigns right now. Like, I don't get to use these guys forever.
I
If
only
I
have
actually do
6
meet a
character
devil, I'll have
options.
to make a deal with them to live long enough to use all my characters.
That's why one-shots are good, every so often.
Every so often. But some of these characters, I make them with the intention of like, hey, I want you for a long campaign. I want you for a somewhat long campaign. And you? Yeah, I'm just using you to min-max in a one-shot.
To bring it back to Vox Machina a little bit, one other thing I wanted to talk about before we fully moved off of Vox Machina was the realms, seeing the Fire Realm a little bit, and also the Fey Realm.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's so
Yes, that
beautiful.
was so cool.
Yes,
I haven't seen it yet, but I bet it's pretty.
it is very
Oh my
pretty.
god, it's
It's
gorgeous.
very.
It's like
I'm gonna love
pretty.
it.
it gives me Cthulhu vibes a little bit, but like if Cthulhu was like sweetened up a lot.
Well, that's the whole point of the Fey Realm. The Fey Realm is to be weird and unsettling, but at the same time, depending where you're at, sweet and kind.
Oh, this is beautiful. And if I look a little bit more to my left, I can see an eldritch demon over there, and I'm not gonna fuck with that.
And there
Or
is
a Fey that's gonna steal your attention.
there is a portal to get to the Feywild in your guys' world in
No.
Shanshari.
Nope.
I want to go there so badly, but I don't have
Why?
access yet.
Nope.
Why?
We're staying out of the Feywild. Look, man.
wanna go to the
last thing I
Feywild.
want to
That's
do
where
is
my
run into
people
a
are.
trader and just have this stupid interaction. Can I have your names, please? Oh yeah, my name's Patra. And then suddenly runs off, and I'm like, what's my name?
Hey,
Yep.
I
trick
don't want stupid
question.
shit like that.
You're friends with a Fae.
I'm
Ha!
not.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I'm not.
Yours truly.
I
didn't
think
think
you need
about
to
that, did you?
reevaluate the relationship.
I
I'm
have
friends with a
everyone's
furbolg.
names.
I'm
Well, yeah.
friends with a furbolg, and I'm friends with a tiefling.
Furbolgs are actually semi-Feyish as well.
I was gonna say you're related to you're friends with 2 Fae. Well,
No,
3,
I'm
4,
acquaintances.
because we got elves.
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you're friends with a lot of Fae.
Acquaintances.
Well, yeah, acquaintances mostly.
Acquaintances. I like Venny. Patra
Okay, I
likes
was gonna
Venny
say.
and Otzi.
And Otzi ain't here anymore.
Reggie. And Reggie.
Oh, and Reggie.
Yeah, and Reggie.
Reggie just
has to like
vibes.
barbarian.
You've known Tolan since the beginning, but you like Reggie more.
Cat left us for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Kitty
gonna
left,
say.
and I forgot about him.
Oof.
But
Besides, the kitty's taken with another lover, so I can't.
not yet.
Dang, the betrayal.
I don't think we've established of them wanting to do anything yet. They're more just here for the ride at this point.
No, but in real life,
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Liz's lover isn't down there with us, so I can just do all the sexual harassment I want.
Oh my god.
What?
But Caleb and Missy, Caleb and Missy are engaged. Like they're,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's who he's talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about an in-character thing. I'm like, what?
Now, as far,
Yeah.
I mean, so far nothing's happening in character, but we'll see.
I
I was
keep
gonna say, I
laying
don't know the
myself up
boundaries
naked
on
for
that,
ya.
so...
Was that?
I was gonna say, I don't know the boundaries on that stuff, so I tend to avoid it.
I mean, as long as people come and talk to me before it, and everybody's okay with it, who is going to be a part of it, that's all fine.
Can we do a polyamory thing like Fox did? Was it them or was that Mighty Nine? I can't remember.
That's
I think
every
it was
campaign.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
That's
didn't they do
everyone.
that?
My
Didn't they
favorite one was-
recently do spoilers? They did a fake
Porno.
thing. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did that apparently. I haven't watched it. I got lost after a while.
Mm. What were you saying, Brandon?
I think it is the current campaign that the Vox Machina. I think there was a scene I've seen somebody do their hand drawn edit of it, and I'm hoping I see it in the show eventually, where they're joking around with these guards and trying to convince them that they're this big polyamorous group, and Vax
Oh
is
my gosh.
dragging Grog along hey bud, you're gonna help me work out a few kinks in my back, and Then after a
Oh.
while, they end up leaving the room, and they're still trying to sell the act. They just had all this weird fucking sex in the room, and Keela turns into a fucking goose as she walks out, going wah, wah, wah. And the guards are
Oh
just
my
like, what the
gosh.
fuck?
That's actually Singorn, which is actually coming up in the next few episodes for the Feywild. 'Cause
Oh.
That's where they're at.
Oh god, I hope we
I
see it.
really hope they animate that.
That's where they
I-
introduce Garmelie, aka Artagan.
Garfield?
No, Garmelie.
Garfield.
Okay.
No.
I mean, he is a red. I'm not sure if the satyr form was red-haired, but he is a Fey
Wow.
who holds relevance for a long time.
His fan art makes him look like a power bottom.
Probably.
That's not even a stretch. Like like you think of a bear power bottom. Yeah, that's yep.
I was gonna say I like satyrs. They're fun.
Mhm.
I trained with the satyr in Mark's
I-
campaign. It was
I don't
cool.
wanna fuck with satyrs at all. I feel like they'll hurt me.
Well,
That-
we might actually have to end up going to a certain location that I'm related to at some point. I don't know when because information.
Well, one
don't
of the
know.
two locations you may be related to.
You not know your baby daddy?
I do know my dad. He's dead. In
Oh.
the game, I might add.
As you know.
Literally, my character just revealed indirectly her last name to you.
Yeah, that's in my notes.
Right over
You
my
said
head.
that in front of the note taker, buddy.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like sooner or later. That's why I said next session I'm gonna have a serious talk because
I
there's
think,
some stuff that
what I
I
think
need
is
to spill.
what I think is funny is that Brandon's basically the kid who cheats off the note taker in the class because he and I had a conversation about this where I'm like, do you remember the stuff that we talked
Yeah.
about? What all like so many, whatnot ago. He's like, no, I usually just like read it off of Liz's shit or I ask them if I need to know something.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I'm okay with
She
that.
takes
I
like,
haven't
what'd you say, 37 pages of notes?
I can pull them
Holy.
up. Hold on. Give me like
Yeah,
2 seconds.
I know sometimes when I like don't remember shit and I don't write it down, I go off their notes as well.
Yeah, because you have my docs, right?
Yep.
And
I was
for
gonna say,
people who
I've
don't
seen you
know,
type in
I
those
have-
notes, but I don't think I've never actually like looked at it because I don't have
I think-
access.
One of the
I
greatest
have
things I've done
40
in that area-
pages.
40 pages.
Holy cow, you are dedicated. I admire
Yep.
that.
I think one of the best things I've
Mark-
done in that area is just do the recap after my games.
You
is
probably
like the
have more
closest thing
notes
I've
than
ever
I
done.
do.
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
Whoa.
wow. Ow.
Holy shit.
I'm taking that massive compliment. Thank you.
That's awesome, man.
To be fair, the last page, the 40th page, is a bunch of unspecified points that Mark and I went over. What was that, last week?
Oh yeah, like dots on the red string bulletin board. The Charlie Day
Vinny is
moment.
Definitely,
Oh.
definitely Charlie Day for the campaign in this exact moment. Like, there's probably going to be a conversation come morning.
I was gonna say I was gonna have a conversation after I get everyone else a room.
By the way, that
I was
lore
gonna
drop
meditate.
that lore drop I sent you, Brandon, you're more than welcome to share with whoever you want.
Okay, I won't.
Oof.
Well,
I don't give a
I-
fuck.
Asher might be trying to be a better person, but that doesn't mean she is.
hmm
I was gonna say,
game-related
she's gone a long
question.
way.
Yep.
Damn, Cass.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just giving you shit.
Oh.
Game-related question.
hmm
I'm sorry. You sound so sad.
What's the
I feel
question?
defeated.
Ask the question!
Okay, I'm
Ask the
sorry.
question!
Mark, Brandon, would it be easier if I sent the notes me and you went over, Mark, to Brandon now? Because I plan on talking about it in game. It might make it easier to not have to read the whole thing because it's a full ass
The
page.
question is
There's-
Brandon gonna actually read it?
Brandon?
I will try.
There was a moment of silence.
Oh no, the hesitation.
Look,
Okay.
motherfucker, I don't like to read unless I want to, and I very rarely want to read anymore. I just want my brain to rot in my skull until I'm dead. Is that too
Okay.
much to ask?
Brandon, I'm going to take this page and send it to you just so you can reference it when we get to it in game, because it's going to be a lot easier than me, because I will read the whole page, but it's like it'd be a lot easier if you can just look at it.
It's also
We
like
just go-
it's important stuff that you should probably know too, Brandon, to put like
Yeah,
A to B
it is.
together.
All right, I'll try.
I try to make like connecting information for you guys to piece it together. I'm not gonna do your fucking job for you. That's why you have the investigator.
Oh yeah, we have one of those.
Yeah, well, technically
That
two.
is kind of. Yeah,
We got
I
two.
think- I kind of. How high is Estel's investigation?
I
Probably-
can look.
Fucking a million.
Let me pull it up. I can check.
Let's see who gets to
Oh
it
my-
first.
I'm
not
pulling
trying.
mine up.
It
Okay.
is 22.
Hold on, what?
22 passive. It's the same
Okay.
as Vinny's.
There's like
Yeah,
check
mine
is a plus
passive,
12.
22.
Oh
My
shit!
check is a plus 12 as well.
Oh, okay. So you're
Yeah,
both on
they
par
have the
with each
exact
other.
same.
But they also have like an ability to like basically go into a room and read it. Like that's part of their class ability they have. Let me see.
I can't
Eye for
read.
detail. You can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot hidden creatures, object. What else?
Oh, that'd be so broken with like the right spells or true seeing or something.
Yeah.
That'd be
Hey,
so
Brandon.
broken.
Brandon,
I
I
heard it
just
come
sent
through.
you
I heard my phone go ba-ding.
Reading.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big message.
Oh,
He just looked at it and he cried.
there's like a page of words.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why I take
buddy,
notes in
but-
bullet points.
Oh, these are bullet points.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
That should help.
I forgot about that wizard. I don't remember dick. God damn. You know what? I just need to make a character that's as stupid as I am. Doesn't remember shit.
Oh no.
The dumbest one. Kestner. Yeah, Kestner's gonna be pretty dumb. I also have Vrick Severgold. That guy's kind of dumb.
It's gonna be like
No, he's intelligence.
it's gonna be like that meme where it's like not a thought in that head.
I love those.
One
Half
sec.
the time
Mr.
I
Puff?
see it,
How
it's
about
cats.
you? No,
Aw.
Mr. Puff's smart.
I-
Where's
yeah,
my
I would-
stupid
I would
characters?
feel that Owlin would have been smarter.
Yeah, he's also an artificer.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would have fucking assumed he's got a high
You should be
intelligence.
smart, buddy.
I guess I do make smart characters.
Or Mr. Allen's like goes off orc logic from like Warhammer, where he's so dumb the shit he just makes works out of fucking pure stupidity.
I think my
Oh,
dumbest
no.
character is definitely Kestner with a -2 to his intelligence.
That
Oh
sounds like
my
grog level.
gosh.
Yes, but on the other side, he has a 20 to his strength.
Yeah, sounds like
And-
grog.
Ooh. Give me 1 second.
Ooh,
He's coming back.
oh yeah.
I was gonna say, my problem with the Grayson currently is I have so much information that I've been just like sitting on it for like. I learned all of it the day before our last session, I think.
Well, have everybody prep something for tomorrow. That'll like be about 30 minutes. That way we don't spend another half game just talking and making plans again.
What are we doing? Oh, I just need to get. Sorry, I need to get a winter coat, and then I'm good to go. And you know,
Mhm.
aside from the sexual harassment of
Oh my god.
the players.
You mean
Actually,
romancing?
no.
Of
she's-
who?
No.
Wait,
There's no.
Are you
actually,
gonna try to
she's not even-
romance some of us? What?
She's not even. Actually, she's not even in the mood for romancing anyone. She's just tired and cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm in my least favorite element right now. I feel like my character's not enjoying the experience.
Yes, this is basically the anti-Patra zone.
It's
Like,
so
I'm-
cold. It's so hard to be horny.
There's a joke I couldn't make, but I'm not gonna.
No.
Oh, I'm. Okay.
Is it about me being a tiefling with horns?
No.
That's a low blow.
Yes.
I was gonna say they make really good handlebars.
Stop.
But
Where's- Yeah, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
call that dream staff I dreamed of the stick of bonk from now on. And whenever Patra does something remotely horny, I will whack.
Patra carries knives.
Several.
Just
Let's check all the stuff Patra carries.
Too
She has
much.
a lot of
carries
knives.
a lot.
Too much.
Patra's a hoarder.
Patra is a hoarder.
It's the mask.
Yeah,
And
I
actually,
only-
with that in mind, Kobold campaign, you motherfuckers are gonna have to work for a single bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Let's
feel
see.
that.
What are some of my favorite things to hit people with? Well, first
Sticks.
off, I have that awesome dragon mask. I have my dagger of venom, which hurts. I have my musket, which is now my favorite thing. I have my alchemy jug, which is my other favorite thing. And then I have oil and acid and healing potions and fire breath and a lot of crossbow bolts and daggers and darts, and I am just a hoarder. I could probably just turn my bag upside down and just pour the contents onto somebody and kill them.
Probably.
I was gonna say, I do have an out of character question. Since you have alchemist supplies, do you know how to make alchemist fire then? Because I have an idea with alchemist fire.
I should know how to make alchemist fire.
Yes.
I'm proficient with alchemist supplies.
You can certainly try.
I want to burn down Black
First
Rose
rule
from
of
the
the game.
inside.
Oh, I
That's
don't
my
have-
plan.
I have proficiency with alchemist supplies. I don't currently have any. All I have is my herbalism kit. Because
Oh.
my family had a flower shop, and still do, possibly. I don't know. There's bad blood there.
We were there
And I
not
don't
that
think you're
long
gonna go
ago.
back. It was
We
like
were,
3
and I
months.
didn't really resolve any of the issues there, now did I?
A little bit with the blacksmith, at least one of your sisters.
Did I dick him down one more time? Did I let him dick me down one more time?
Yeah.
No, you guys hugged.
No, we went
Yeah.
to black. We faded black.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
Women
you need to
fade
be
black.
you need to be well aware that if something happens between the Patra and Venny, Venny's going to be dating a slut. Like, you're gonna have to like pick up some slack there because Patra has needs.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
Anyway.
I don't even know if there's anything going
Benny,
there. I don't pay attention to that.
Vinny, the awkward giant. Is...
We love her.
Vinny's really smart, but really fucking dumb, dude.
So
Like,
you're,
emotionally?
yeah, you're intelligent. You're intellectually intelligent. You're emotionally a dumbass.
A little stunted, but it's fine.
Mine's been suppressed for like 10 years or something.
Hey, a little
So I'm
slow,
just
but they
now,
got
like-
spirit.
I was gonna say, I've been like. I think, wouldn't the Shadowfell have affected my emotions like severely?
Well, probably not you, because you got special shit.
I know it did affect me, but I didn't know if it affected me emotionally. I don't know how
That's
it
up to
did
you
me.
how you want to roleplay. You just gotta let me know that so we can work around it.
I was gonna say, it was emotionally because, like, depression
Yeah.
got amplified.
Depression.
But how
And
should we sign off? Because we are getting close to an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, shit.
We're having too much fun.
Yeah.
Well, skeet skeet. I like feet. See you guys.
Oh my god.
Just left.
Alright.
Oh, he's back.
How was that?
I thought you were for real for a second.
That'd been funny.
How you're gonna end your.
I feel like we had a really decent podcast and we talked about quite a lot. We got plenty more to talk about, but we can chat a little bit tomorrow at the game if snow doesn't, get too fucking bad.
Yeah, hopefully
if
it
it's,
stops snowing.
I was gonna say. I
it
should
better.
know in
I'm
the
gonna
morning
shovel
on-
this driveway tomorrow. It's gonna suck.
I mean, no matter what, I'm gonna have to go down to
We-
Sturgis to fucking do my taxes because I need to get that shit done. But
We still at my house or?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
yep, your house for the foreseeable future, and then we'll work shit out when time comes.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll get it all cleaned up, and I might even make a fucking cake.
Gotcha. If Liz comes, I ask them to bring my chair with them, and then I'll be over as soon as I can.
And so long
What's
as
wrong
the
with my
roads
nice
are...
wood chair?
I prefer my mesh chair because I just have a sensitive ass. Don't make a joke.
Okay.
I just have to fucking say it right after because I know you're gonna fucking say some shit.
You don't have to be gentle with me.
There it is.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I think we should call it here and then we can just chat a little bit tomorrow when we get to the game. Because I do not want to run out of computer space and then have this episode be a little fucked up like the last one.
It's sad I don't even know what happened in that last
Alright.
episode.
Well, it's
Got
been
it.
a treat, and I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow.
All
We
right.
got a lot
See you guys
to talk
tomorrow.
about. See ya.
See ya.
Bye, people
Yeah.
listening.
I'm gonna go ahead and I will disconnect. That way I can do my outro.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
See you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.
Later.
And that is the CyberCafe episode this week. If you enjoyed it, you could have gotten access to my CyberCafe podcast a week earlier if you signed up to my Patreon for the $10 tier. If you want to check out any of my other socials, including getting in on my Discord, you can check out the description below that has access to my link tree. That has like my Discord, my Twitch, all my other socials and whatnot. And if you want to talk about anything we mentioned in the episode, you can also put them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe if you wish to. If you want to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I post new videos. Hope you enjoyed, and this is Cyber Warlock signing off. See you later.